Hi, Colby Sharp, 5th grade teacher. Welcome to my channel where I try to help kids fall in love with reading. It is a new month, so what we're going to be talking about today, like we do every month, is 10 picture books that I read aloud to my 5th graders last month. I'm so excited. We read some awesome books. You're going to be excited. You're going to want to add these to your to-read list. You're going to want to buy them. You probably will find some books that are new, maybe. Maybe you'll find some books that you love. It'll just make you so happy. So here we go. I'll put a list of all the books down in the description or in the comments so that you can have that list in case you want to add any and buy them and get them from the library, whatever. First up, My Teacher Has Tattoos. Oh my gosh, have you read this book? I think it's new this year or last year or something, but it's this awesome book about this kid who realizes that his teacher has tattoos, but his mom has told him that kids with people with tattoos are in gangs and they do drugs and they're super bad news. So it's a wonderful book about breaking down not only that stereotype, but so many stereotypes that we have about people based on certain things. What an amazing book to read. What great discussions you can have with this book. I loved reading it to them. It's awesome. So check out My Teacher Has Tattoos. It's really fun. All right, next up, Rock Your Mocks, another new one. It is a book about moccasins and different nations and tribes and like the different style of moccasins that they have. And it's all kind of centered around Rock Your Mocks Day. So you got to read all this back matter. But really good, really interesting. Learned a lot. Kids learned a lot. And yeah, so add that one to your list. We Are Water Protectors. Amazing one like, you know, the Caldecott Medal a couple of years ago. A beautiful book about these Indigenous people trying to protect their land from people, you know, making this pipe like oil line under their sacred land. Amazing book. One of the things that we are expected to teach kids in our social studies curriculum when we learn about like the history of the land of North America back, you know, thousands of years. So when the first people came, so we learn a lot about Native Americans, but one of the things that is in our curriculum and that would try to hammer home that a lot of the kids had no idea, like Native Americans are still here, they're still around, and that is something that a lot of the kids don't really have any understanding of. So reading them some picture books is a really great way to share some of those stories and honor some of those awesome people around. Prudence Wants a Pet. Do you just love the trim size of this book? I've been reading this book for ages. Prudence Wants a Pet, friends. Parents won't let her have one. So she makes all these other things into pets, like a stick, names it, gets a stick, and that becomes her pet. It's actually a branch. She names it Branch. Dad trips over it, breaks it into a bunch of different pieces. So she keeps trying different things to get a pet. All she does is want a pet so bad. I'm sure some of your kids can relate. And at the end, oh my gosh, read it to find out. So good. One of the best, right? If you teach elementary kids, middle school kids, this is probably one of those books that you've read like a bunch of times. Oh, and this one too. So yeah, you know, we're studying theme. We're talking about proving the theme with evidence from the text. Each kindness, the other side. Probably read these books each more than a dozen times. 2 kids. I've only been teaching like, you know, 17 years, 16 years, some amount of years since 2017. Maybe this is my 16th year. Yeah, I love those. All right, we read our first like chapter book read aloud was Linda Mullally Hunts Fish in a Tree. It's a beautiful book about a girl named Allie who finds a teacher who sees her and helps her to get the help that she needs, and to kind of discover that, you know, she has a learning disability, she has dyslexia, and it's beautiful. And then it's a beautiful book. And then afterwards we read this, A Walk in the Woods, which is just awesome, about a boy who loves story, but the words on the page make things very difficult. So you should read that. That's a special book right there. How You Spell Unfair, one of my favorite picture book biographies from the last couple of years. Macaulay and Cox and the National Spelling Bee, and how this amazing girl speller was treated super unfair as she, in her road to trying to become the spelling bee champion in the United States, and her journey to the Scripps Howard Spelling Bee. Oh, it's just gorgeous, beautiful. Carl, The Meaning of Life, some more of the theme work we were doing. Carl just wants to know what his purpose in life is. Talks to all these other animals, and they know what's up. They know why they're around. Carl can't figure it out. And, you know, Carl's an earthworm, so, you know, kind of takes care of the soil. And then Carl's, like, trying to figure out what his purpose is, so he's not really doing his job, and you can kind of see over the pages the, like, things kind of falling apart. Oh, it's so good. So good. All right, Just One Flake, Travis Younker's new book. On the board, it's right over there. I can see it right now. It says, do not read until the first day of snow, right over there on the board. And we put this book under. I told them all about it. I told my friend Travis Yonker made it, but we can't read it until it snows. And one day at recess, it started to snow, and they were flipping out when they came back to class. They were so excited. You have to read it. You promised you would drop everything and read it. And so I did. And we read it, and it starts here. My friend Travis signed it. This kid, just is this kid trying to catch a snowflake. You have to read this book. It's just amazing. This is my pick for the Geisel Medal. So good. So much fun. And my friend Travis got a bunch of people to create a snowflake. Like, you know, he sent them like a little piece of paper and asked them to create a snowflake. And he took all of those and he and that's how he made the case. Isn't that cool? And you see, mine is on here. Like, I'm one of the people. So see, I want you to see. So the best one on here, you see it? Find the best one. You see the best one? Got it? That one was mine. Just kidding. I actually don't remember which one is mine, but that's the thing that I said to my kids, and they were like, lots of groans, but they thought it was funny. I actually don't know which one is mine, but it's so good. You have to read this book. Oh, it's awesome. Just One Flake by Travis Yonker. And then one other book. This might be 11. I didn't count. Hike. I love this book. I love just everything of reading it to my kids. And we went to 5th grade camp. So, of course, we had to read some outdoorsy books about being out in nature, about being one with the world. So we read this book before we went to camp. So those are the books that we read. Again, I'll put a list down in the description. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're reading awesome books. I'm so excited to start reading my kids some new books this month. Can't wait to see what books we read together. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Colby Sharp. Have an awesome-tastic